As the old saying goes, do something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That couldn't be more true for Stephen Mays, co-owner of Rust is Gold Coffee in Albuquerque.
You know, I've been involved in film for a really long time, and I love old vintage motorcycle films, and then coffee's just been a thing that I've always loved, you know.
In 2015, Mays began working on a documentary about the vintage motorcycle world, and he got an idea with his business partner, Tyson Garcia, to marry the trifecta of passions into a small business. 3 short years later, Rust is Gold Coffee opened its first location on Eubank, soon followed by a motorcycle repair shop and coffee bar on the west side. When COVID hit in 2020, they took advantage of an expansion and consolidation opportunity here in the Northeast Heights.
So we've been here ever since, and it's been a great location.
Mays' documentary Caffeine and Gasoline was released in 2018. The film told the story of the American rocker, an iconoclast on 2 wheels, and the aesthetic inspiration for his coffee shop. While business started growing locally, Mays came up with the idea of employing the power of podcasts and social media to expand and cultivate a community of loyal patrons, not necessarily focused on the Java.
We saw the potential for like-minded folks to be drawn into the media aspect of it, right? So when we got rolling with the shop, we decided to continue the idea of those stories.
The Rust is Gold Racing podcast focuses on, well, coffee and vintage motorcycles. And their YouTube channel, Rust is Gold Garage, introduces their community to different custom builders, sharing the unique journeys of the motorcycle culture.
In the first 2 seasons, we just attracted a ton of listeners that were really into the stories that these people were telling. We kind of expanded our YouTube series into more of what the shop is about. You know, what we do on a daily basis here, our staff, how we got into roasting, how motorcycles play into the theme of the shop, and we found that people really gravitated toward it. They really enjoyed hearing sort of the behind the scenes.
Technology can play a huge factor in getting a small business off the ground, especially for entrepreneurs with limited means. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, New Mexico continues to rank as the 3rd poorest state in the country, which means a higher likelihood of homegrown startups being strapped financially.
So having a smartphone, for example, gives you a lot of options.
Xavier Newmeyer, Assistant Professor of Finance and Innovation at UNM's Anderson School of Management, co-authored a study of startup businesses, particularly with low-income entrepreneurs. And he says they should be looking for every technical avenue and social network that has no or low-cost e-commerce solutions.
I think from a technology point of view, there is, all these kind of platform ecosystems like Etsy, for example, that would be potentially a place where they can sell, right? And so being able to market themselves in a technological environment, right, where a lot of things are about how you kind of project a certain brand identity, if we want to call it that.
Rust is Gold's brand has flourished in an online environment. As Mays says, they have enjoyed a healthy growth of followers from around the world, eager to be part of their community and rep that Rust is Gold logo.
We do a little video segment where we're out in the desert and we're wearing a race shirt like this. We'll get, over 500 responses to it over the next week, and we'll probably sell out of shirts. So it's amazing how fast people respond to seeing it in action.